Builder International, and here we have a set of decals from Lifelike Decals. This one is, what they've done is, this is basically a reprint of set 48003, which is the 244th Sentai Part 1. And what they've done is there's 8 decal sets on these sheets. Number 2 is being swapped. This number 2 has been replaced on this updated version, so that's different. So let's have a look inside and see what we have. It's about 6 months since Lifelike did release their last sheets, so they've just released basically this set, and parts 1, 2 and 3 of this set are repeats, and then there's a new decal sheet they've released as well. So the first thing I like is the bag has got some space inside it, so I don't have to struggle to get the decal sheet out and possibly crease it or things. I hate doing that when the bags are too tight. So what do we get inside? We have one large decal sheet, a smaller one, and one with the identification bands on it. So more of those in a second. And we have, there's the 8 aircraft that are covered in this. What we also get is notes on the colours and markings, and we've also got 3 sides of information. So I'll start to explain here. First off, we'll cover, there's 19 references listed, and I'll have to have a look, see if I've got any of these actually. One thing I really like about Lifelike Decals is the amount of research they go into, and it's not just you're presented with here's a bunch of decals and that's all you get. They actually explain where they got the information from, the conclusions they came to, things they know are facts, things they know are open to interpretation. So here's the 19 different references they use to get the information for these 8 aircraft. And then they go on about, there's special note on a clover marked here, tie. Basically, I think in some other books, it says this aircraft had a clover leaf marking on it, but as they explain here, the clover leaf marking doesn't mean anything in Japanese society, so there'd be no reason why they would put a clover leaf on something. And they also point out that on the same aircraft, if it had been painted by Japanese ground crew, things would have been done differently. I remember reading even a simple point as the kill markings were pointing the wrong way. So, leading to the conclusion that this was, these things were added after the war. So it's that level of research that you're getting, and here's on this sheet, which is double-sided, basically for each of the 8 options, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they go through the 19 references explaining which bits they took from each of the references, which reference books were used for each aircraft, things they're sure about, things that could be open to interpretation. Sometimes there's black and white photographs, sometimes a blue might be a red, things like that. So there's a lot of detail here about things. I think there's even one of them where it gives you some ideas about, so if you just change a few colours, you can actually make a different aircraft, make a 9th aircraft. So 2 pages are basically explaining where all the information came from and the references. Then we have this sheet, which basically some more simple background information. Basically the Hinamaro red, some people say it changed colour towards the end of the war. Basically it didn't. Colours used on upper surfaces and interior colours, what they were, and what those colours might look like after some wear and tear. Other colours that were used, like drop tanks. Some places say they're yellow or green, but the cruisers said they were always grey, and there's an example that exists today that's still grey. Fuselage band colours, the Sentai emblem, red colour on tail, propellers and undercarriage colours. What they've done here is where they're absolutely certain that a number existed on an undercarriage door, they put it in. Where it's not confirmed, they've left them off. Positioning and colours of marking details on there as well. So then, basically, these are the 8 aircraft that we're going to cover. One thing I like, Lifelike Decals, basically they want to hear from you. If you have anything to say, good or bad, they want to know. If you want to get into a discussion about the references they've used, the conclusions they've come to, if you have information about the aircraft they've covered, maybe another reference that they didn't list, then email them. They'll be happy to hear from you. So that's those, and I'll scan all these and put them on the article on the website, and the link will be below this video. And I'll do some scans of the decals as well. So here's the decal sheet itself. What I'll do is I'll move my hand over here so I can get some close-ups on the other half of the screen. So I'll just try and get the shiny part, get the lighting so I can see how big the backing sheet is on these decals. And should we say, right, looking at this, for most of them I can't see I can barely see the backing around, should we say, things like the straight lines and things like these. Things for the kill markings, obviously there's a backing sheet between all the kill markings. It would be a nightmare to try and line them all up individually. But yeah, these look good. There's very little backing sheet around these things, except obviously where things are connected together and you have to have the backing sheet to hold them together. Hinamaros and those are the same as again. There's hardly any backing sheet at all outside the Hinamaros. And there's the identification bands, the yellow ID bands. Some people paint them, some people use the decals. There's a set of decals if you want to use them. So these look as good as anything on the market that's out there right now. And they behave well with all the usual setting solutions. If you're building a hien, then this is a good set to go for. Lots of research, have fun. Thanks for Lifelike Decals for sending them. And like I said, they do their research. The research they go into, they could probably write a small book of what the research they've done on the various aircraft they cover. So don't forget to go to the website and have a look at the information I put there, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel.